So, Abby, what's your storyline?
Happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month.
It was Pride on the Square last week, wasn't it?
I know.
So we're going to do a Pride episode.
Pride special
Pride
because
special.
Eastenders has been doing queer storylines for a long time.
I know, it's done a few first queer storylines.
First ever kiss.
I know. That's iconic.
First ever gay kiss on a British soap.
Yeah. And that was in the late 80s, which was in the height of the hysteria around HIV and in the height of so much homophobia in this country.
Yeah.
So for them to do that then, not when it died down, not when people started realising and opening their eyes, in the height of it, that is so powerful.
Eastenders!
We love you, Eastenders! Always representing.
Do you have a favourite, like, queer couple that you've come across on
queer couple?
A storyline?
I did love like Kristen and Masood back in the day because that was like the era where I really remember EastEnders. You know, when you were like, I must have been like early teens, late child, and I loved it and watched it religiously.
Yeah.
And I just remember that storyline so well, and it went on for so long. And I loved Christian. He was such a he was such an asset.
He's an
icon. So lovely.
Yeah,
you know, like because he got with Masood, it was secret for ages.
Yeah.
And Masood was Muslim, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was also talking about like you know the Muslim faith and stuff like that. So it was quite like on the nose of a lot of like
how people go through that.
Yeah, and like a lot of things that need to be talked about.
And Ben coming out with Phil as your dad. Can you imagine?
Yeah. But so many people
and being
have to
accepted.
contend with that. Yeah, for sure. So many people have to contend with like having a super macho dad and having to be in the closet. And also, I think they represent Ben quite well of like how he has...
He's still a bit of a gangster as well,
Yeah. But like, I think a lot of that comes from probably growing up gay and not being able to express it properly.
And Phil being your dad.
And a lot of his personality now will probably come from that suppression as a young person.
Yeah. Who was his first love that died?
I don't know.
Paul. When Paul died, that was a whole thing. Then he got with Callum.
Oh yeah.
Now Callum's with Johnny.
I know, but Johnny, sorry, I watched this recently because you know I do the recaps. And when old Johnny, it was old Johnny then, and he came out to Mick Carter. Oh, I love Mick Carter so much. Another reason 10 million why I love Mick Carter.
She loves Mick Carter, guys.
I love Mick Carter. And this is why, it's because he's
a loving father.
Linda was the one that was all judgmental.
She couldn't get over it.
She could not. And before then it was like mummy's boy. And then she literally like was funny with him the whole time. And I loved it. Like the way Mick deals with his children in EastEnders, I could only wish for a father like that.
Yeah.
He is such a good character.
I know. You love him.
I do. I love him so much. The way he was like, boy, I will love you, no matter who you love. I think that, honestly, the script writing for it was so beautiful.
It was.
I was in my bed watching it crying.
In tears. Thought I could heard you having a panic attack.
In tears. But again, that's another good representation that they would have had, like Ben with Phil being the one and then Linda being the one. And like you wouldn't expect Linda to be the one.
How families cope with people having a child who's queer.
Exactly. And also just be like ignorance. And sometimes it's not shown that someone's ignorant until they have to deal with the thing that shows the ignorance. And like... Before then, it wasn't like, oh, Linda was this like ignorant homophobe. But as soon as it kind of come about, it's like how all their microaggressions come to the surface. Yeah, like she wouldn't have labelled herself as a homophobe back then, but she bloody well was for a moment.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the recent Eve and Suki. Yeah. Because she was with, who's that horrible guy? Nish.
Yeah.
And she didn't know she was a lesbian but she sort of knew, but she didn't know because, and then her and Eve were sneaking around. That was so good.
Yeah, I haven't caught up with that because that's in the gap.
Because she was still dealing with coming to terms herself that she likes women. So that's a whole other thing. She was not like, this is who I am. It's like dealing with, oh my God, this is who I am. And then falling in love and then being with a man who is a abuser. Yeah. You've got kids as well. You've had a different life before.
Yeah.
They really be showing them.
I think a lot of women, especially of that generation, do kind of discover that in themselves at a later age. My mum has
it's really not common.
2 good friends that are now together, and I'm pretty sure one of them was with men for a long time, and now like they were good friends and now they're together. It sounds beautiful. I don't know them, but sounds beautiful.
Beautiful.
maybe
Shall we kiss?
I can only hope. Me and you. Oh,
don't sound disgusted.
I can only hope that happens for me when I'm older.
I'm right here.
I wish I wasn't so straight. I really do.
Fuck men.
Yeah.
Love them. Can't live without them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so we had a transgender person on a storyline.
I know, but I missed that as well.
I missed that as well. But that was in 2019 or 15, I think.
Yeah, 2015.
So that was a while ago.
It was Stacey's brother, wasn't it?
Yeah. Stacey's brother.
Yeah, it was Stacey's half brother.
Right.
I haven't seen it though, but as I go back through, I'll see this. Because I'll be interested. Because we were saying as well, like 2015 is like before its time. A lot with being transgender.
I missed that one as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring another transgender character into it soon, because there's so much. It's so topical at the moment, unfortunately, and the transgender community getting so much hate. And usually that's when Eastenders come through.
They come through with the storylines.
They come through with the education.
But this week on the Square was a bit of a hoot, because we had Laveau.
I know, which is so. They have like I don't know if everyone watching would know that she is an actual famous drag queen, and she won RuPaul's Drag Race, didn't she?
Yeah.
So like, I love that she's a cameo as well. Like, they didn't make her another drag queen; they made her.
Yeah.
How buzzing would you be to get that be your job, and then you get booked for EastEnders?
I know. But we have Oscar on the Square.
Bisexual man
who loves the twins.
Yeah. Has a thing for families.
Came in strong.
Has a things for families.
Johnny and Callum.
Josh.
Well, Honey had a moment. Does anyone remember when her and Suki had a little moment and Honey was like trying to put it on Suki, and Suki was like, no. And then a couple years later, Suki came out.
Yeah.
So they planted that seed from a while ago.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, a lot of people... I actually was having this conversation with two of my friends last week who are both queer. And I think for a lot of people, and I think women are more likely to explore this side of them, they actually don't have like a preference on whether it's man or woman. It's more about connection. Yeah, for sure. And like, I think for women sometimes connection is such an important thing for attraction, where maybe it's not as much for men because it's obviously a lot more sexual sometimes, blah, blah, blah. But for women, we need like this deep connection, and that can be the thing that makes us attracted to people. And I think that's why, like for Honey, for example, had a moment like that, though she probably, I imagine, would say...
Because that's not now, she's loving Billy.
Is because, like I say, for women, connection creates attraction, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can happen to anyone.
Yeah, it can. My friend actually had this girl that was just like mad into her, and she literally got a girlfriend for a while. She now says, she's like, it proved to me that I am not a lesbian. But I think in the time that in her life that she met this girl, she just needed a connection.
Yeah.
And this girl liked her, so she like pursued her.
She was open to it.
And they went out probably for like a month or two, and Holly was, what am I doing? But like, I think at that time, the reason she was able to create that connection is just because she needed to have that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which I imagine happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
And like, it's such a spectrum.
Yeah.
We say like, I definitely identify as straight, but like, I wouldn't be the furthest down on
you
the
never
spectrum.
know.
Exactly.
Basically.
You never know. You can only hope.
You can only hope and pray.
Yeah, literally.
That no man enters my life again.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's such a spectrum. I don't think that's what people don't realise.
Yeah, but it's like the system we've been built in, isn't it? Marriage, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Your minds, we're made to be boxed in and like...
For sure, because...
Sold things and,
100%. Because I even have friends that do identify as like queer or bisexual, like girlfriends, but they kind of only pursue men, and it's definitely down to that like societal thing of like, you should get married and have the baby in that traditional or typical way to have a baby, or like blah blah blah, rather than breaking outside of their norms. And it's not because they're any less attractive to women, and it's because of that.
End of the day, representation is the key, because if you're not seeing it, how do you know? Because you are your surroundings, and if you have an urge to be some sort of sexuality and you don't know or you don't see it, sometimes we're lucky that you've grown up in London, that you've had so much, you've seen so much. Yeah, but then if you're like from a small town and
you ain't seeing that.
It's that, like, that's a representation, like EastEnders is key.
I know, literally. So these small town people can get to see that for sure.
Or just in general, if you're like a child, slap a bit of EastEnders on.
100%. No, for sure. Representation's
honestly, it's key. It's key.
So
in all avenues of life.
100%.
It is key because TV is quite important.
So important.
Can't believe they got rid of the soap awards.
I know. Boo. Are we okay? Boo-hoo.
I don't want to see the Oscars.
Yeah,
I want to see the
get rid of the BAFTAs and bring in the soap awards.
It's the same old actors. We want to see Phil up there winning his award.
I know.
Time and time again.
The NTAs, because he won at the NTAs, didn't he?
Is that this year? Do we miss it?
When he won that award.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't set me off.
Literally.
Don't set me off.
Do you know what I think we need to make a moment for though? Just to bring us back to the Pride episode. Alfie Moon dressed as Cat Slater.
Oh my god, in all her clothes.
And the eyebrows.
I know.
Literally up here because he's like blacked out his eyebrows.
Oh, he committed.
He committed and he pulled it off.
He pulled it off.
And it was kind of sexy.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
It was, isn't it? It was
kind of sexy.
Alfie Moon as Cat Slater is kind of kinky, I'm not going to lie.
I know. Kinky winky.
What cracks me up as well is like them thinking that Zoe and Big Mo was a couple.
I know.
To be fair, they do look like they could be a couple if they weren't nan and granddaughter.
They stole the drag queen from the Albert, and the Albert's been a queer place for a long time.
I know, which is good that they brought that in, because what was it before? It was like just a normal bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Sharon owned a bar in that plot at some point.
Yeah, and Ian's mum, what's her name? Catherine owned it.
Yeah, but she turned it into the Albert.
I turned it into the Albert.
I think it was her anyway. I love that, like, it's a bit naughty though that the Queen Vic stole the gay club, but to be honest, Cindy's not queer anyway.
No,
so,
Cindy
yeah. And she accused them of pink washing. As if Cindy accused them of pink washing. This is like typical Cindy. She accuses you of what she does.
I know. It's all going to kick off though. I can feel like it's all going to kick off soon. It's all unravelling for the Christmas special.
It is.
Priya's up to something.
And Gay Pride is just
pinnacle of it all. It's just the party.
Yeah.
Party on the square.
It's just the party, baby.
They all committed with the hats and the colours.
The colours, the multi-colours. But also, do you know what's funny is what we were saying about is when you film on these sets, you can't actually have music on. So the thought of them all in the pub, like we can hear the music when we watch it back, but the thought of them all in the Queen Vic dancing to absolute silence and the way they were all dancing is just hilarious. Tracy got right involved for the Pride episode, didn't she?
Yeah.
She had the old gems on her face and everything. She even had a full costume.
She did, Tracy.
She was loving it, giggling behind the bar.
I know.
Big up Tracy.
Always big up Tracy.
But yeah, what a great episode.
What a great episode. So what's your final doofs? Doofy doof doofs.
My final doof is representation is key. Is key. Exactly. And EastEnders know how to do it.
They do.
They do.
They always have, they always will.
For real. Like, subscribe, comment Happy Pride down below so we know that you've got to this point.
Yes, and enjoy.
Enjoy Pride Month.
And celebrate.
Support.